InvestorIdeas.com podcast.
Good afternoon and welcome to another InvestorIdeas.com podcast looking at cannabis news, stocks to watch, as well as insights from thought leaders and experts. Today we look at announcements from Aphria Incorporated, trading on the TSX and New York Stock Exchange as APHA, Choom Holdings Incorporated, trading on the CSE as CHOO and the OTCQB as CHOOF, Aurora Cannabis Incorporated, trading on the TSX and the New York Stock Exchange as ACB, FSD Pharma Incorporated, trading on the CSE as Huge and the OTCQB as FSDDF, Khiron Life Sciences Corporation, trading on the TSX Venture as KHRN and the OTCQB as KHRNF, Green Growth Brands Incorporated, trading on the CSE as GGB and the OTCQB as GGBXF, and Nextleaf Solutions Limited, trading on the CSE as Oils. First, a quick announcement from Aphria Incorporated, who announced that it released financial results for the fiscal third quarter and 9 months ended February 28, 2019, on April 15, 2019, before market opened. More information can be available on Aphria's website as well as in their press release. Next, we look at Choom Holdings Incorporated, an emerging adult medical use cannabis company that has secured one of the largest national retail networks in Canada, who announced that it signed a memorandum of understanding with Better Choice Company Incorporated for the exclusive Canadian distribution rights to Better Choice's CBD Bona Vita brand of products targeted for animal health and wellness once approved for sale in Canada. According to the American Pet Products Association, U.S. pet owners are estimated to have spent over $70 billion in 2018 on pet supplies, treatments, and veterinary care. As CBD pet products become more readily available and accepted, well-positioned suppliers and distributors will be able to exploit the tremendous opportunities for growth in the CBD pet sales. Under its Bona Vita brand, Better Choice offers a suite of CBD pet-focused products in the forms of oils and soft chews with several formulations designed to aid the state of good health and well-being in pets. Bona Vita has formulations which specifically target animals' relaxation and heart support, muscle and joint, as well as skin and body. We're excited that Better Choice has chosen us as their exclusive distributor in Canada for their pet-focused CBD products, states Chris Bogart, President and CEO of Choom. We recognize the importance of growing our brand portfolio and having the sole distribution rights for Better Choice products help us achieve that in the entirely new market on the horizon in pet use products. From what we know of in the United States, the CBD products for pet use market has proven to be a high-margin business. As the normalization of cannabis-based products in Canada grows, consumers will begin to shift towards these new natural alternative treatments for their pets. Next, looking at Aurora Cannabis Incorporated, who announced today that the company and its wholly owned subsidiary CanniMed Therapeutics have added product information numbers, or PINs, to 78 medical cannabis products to better facilitate and track insurance coverage for their Canadian patients. The products that received PINs include dried flower, capsules, soft gels, topicals, and oils. PINs help employees and insurance companies classify and incorporate healthcare products into benefit care coverage plans. Patients submitting claims to their third-party insurer can now identify specific products and thereby speed up the adjudication and medical coverage process. MedRelief, another wholly owned subsidiary of Aurora, introduced PINs to 57 medical cannabis products in 2018. This is great news for insurance companies, employers, and most importantly, our patients, said Aurora CEO Terry Booth. Introducing PINs for medical cannabis products will make the claims process more seamless, enabling insurance companies to add these products to their formularies while providing patients and employers with a simplified process to complete claims. It's another step toward enhancing patient access, something Aurora cares deeply about. Next, looking at FSD Pharma Incorporated, who announced today the signing of a consulting agreement with Joseph L. Romano, a well-respected lawyer with a strong track record in personal injury law. Mr. Romano has been working with medical cannabis since 2006, assisting people coping with chronic pain to have access to medical cannabis, a viable alternative to opioid-based medications. Pursuant to the terms of the agreement, Mr. Romano will provide consulting on the inner workings of third-party actions, WSIB claim handling, first-party coverage, and no-fault benefits across Canada. Mr. Romano will also assist in identifying strategic acquisitions that will enhance shareholder value. Commenting on the agreement, Dr. Raza Bokhari, Executive Co-Chairman and Interim CEO, said, "We're very excited to engage Mr. Romano in advance of our anticipated sales license. This is a very timely and important agreement for FSD Pharma to maximize the opportunities in the Canadian market for our products and fits well with our strategy of establishing the company as a leader in medical cannabis." Next, looking at Khiron Life Sciences Corporation, a vertically integrated cannabis leader with core operations in Latin America, who announced today its participation through Matt Murphy's appointment in the newly formed National Cannabis Roundtable, a campaign aimed at reforming U.S. federal cannabis laws. The NCR will focus on advocating for a rational legal framework for cannabis reform in the U.S., with former Speaker of the House John Boehner serving as honorary chairman. Matt Murphy, Khiron Vice President of Compliance, who will represent the company on the NCR, stated, "With two-thirds of Americans indicating support for legalization of cannabis in some form, and safety and security being central to our mission across the entire supply chain, we believe that now is the time to work alongside our colleagues to inform and advocate for an open market that improves lives, creates jobs, and establishes a national cannabis industry for the 21st century." As the Vice President of Compliance for Chiron and former Chief of Pharmaceutical Investigations for the U.S. DEA, Mr. Murphy is an executive leader with broad-based domestic and international expertise in both the federal and private sectors. As a career special agent with the DEA for 25 years, he served in a multitude of positions in the fields of drug law enforcement, risk assessment, and system development, regulatory compliance, and training. Mr. Murphy directs the company's compliance activity by implementing closed-loop systems to prevent product diversion and to enhance standard operating procedures across Chiron's plant-to-patient value chain based on the DEA protocols used to enforce compliance for the handling and distribution of the controlled substances in the U.S. Next, we look at Green Growth Brands Incorporated, who announced the opening of its newest 7 Cents Botanical Therapy CBD shop today at Mayfair Mall in Greater Milwaukee at Brokerfield Properties Center. This new location represents the 6th 7 Cent shop to open in the United States. Mayfair Mall is the premier mall in Greater Milwaukee, and we look forward to bringing a remarkable CBD store experience to new customers in the region, said Peter Horvath, CEO of Green Growth Brands. Physical shops are our strongest marketing assets, and our presence in the new location will drive hundreds of thousands of impressions with customers. As we gear up to open our 100 CBD shops by mid-summer, we're pleased with early signs of conversion, repeat purchases, and building engagement with our current shops and online with shop7cents.com. Lastly, we look at Nextleaf Solutions Limited, who announced that it's been issued a patent by the U.S. Patent and Trade Office pertaining to the company's proprietary process of extraction, refinement, and distillation of cannabinoids from marijuana and hemp. The resulting THC and CBD distillate is tasteless, odorless, standardized for potency, and ready to use in a wide range of products, including topicals, transdermal or sublingual delivery technology, vape technology, edible oils, beverages, and water-soluble extracts. Nextleaf's patented technology allows for low-quality dried cannabis biomass to be efficiently processed into a high-purity distilled oil, simplifying the manufacturing of differentiated cannabinoid formulations and delivery methods. Nextleaf further announced that this has been issued a standard patent by the IP Australia, the Australian government agency that administers intellectual property rights, for the company's unique industrial-scale process of producing purified cannabinoid distillate. The company's management believes, to the best of its knowledge, that Nextleaf is the first publicly traded company to be issued a patent for the extraction and purification of cannabinoids. Nextleaf Solutions has succeeded in beating Big Pharma, Big Tobacco, Big Alcohol, and every single billion-dollar cannabis company to the first issued patent for the extraction and purification of cannabinoids, said Paul Peterson, CEO. We believe companies that can develop and protect valuable intellectual property will benefit substantially in the long term, especially in an industry as young as the cannabis industry. That's all for today's podcast. Podcast is now a certified word trademark on the blockchain through Cognate Incorporated CM certification. InvestorIdeas.com podcasts are also available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and TuneIn. If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor of this podcast, please contact InvestorIdeas.com. Investor Ideas reminds all listeners to read our disclaimers and disclosures on the InvestorIdeas.com website, and this podcast is not an endorsement to buy products or services or securities. Investors are reminded that all investments involve risk and possible loss of investment. Investor Ideas does not condone the use of cannabis except where permissible by law. Our site does not possess, distribute, or sell cannabis products.